Guide to PC and Laptop Processors. Intel vs AMD. Snapdragon cores, generation cooling. Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you remember, in my last video, we went over the basics of processors, what they are and how they work in general. But today, we're going a little deeper. We're going to break down laptops and laptops, comparing the big names: Intel, AMD, Apple and Snapdragon. We'll look at the latest processor chips and make this as fun and informative as possible. Section 1. Generations and cores. Intel and AMD comparison. Alright, let's start with the heart of every PC or laptop, the processor. The two most common names you've probably heard are Intel and AMD. Let's compare their latest series side by side. Intel 12th Gen versus 13th Gen. Intel's core lineup includes the i3, i5, i7, and i9. For example, the i5-1240 from the 12th Gen has 06 cores and 12 threads. The 13th Gen, like the i5-13500, bumps this up to 14 cores, 6 performance cores, and 8 efficiency cores. The higher you go in generation, the more cores you get for multitasking, gaming, or editing. And AMD's directly competes with Intel. Their Ryzen 5 5600X 6 cores, 12 threads, and Ryzen 7 5800X 8 cores, 16 threads, are equivalent to Intel's i5 and i7. And with Ryzen 7000 series, like the Ryzen 7 7700X, AMD focuses on both core count and power efficiency, just like Intel. Section 2. Naming conventions, making sense of the letters H, U, P, and more. So, you've probably seen things like i7-1370H or Ryzen 5760U and wondered, what's with the letters? Well, here's the breakdown. Intel naming: H series. High performance, ideal for gaming, video editing, or 3D rendering. It's powerful but drains more battery. U series. Ultra low power, great for ultrabook and thin laptops. Best for casual use like browsing, watching movies, and light work. P series. Performance thin and light, a middle ground between H and U, balancing power and battery life. And more like K, T, F, X, G, M. Naming. AMD has a similar structure, with H denoting high performance, while U indicates ultra-thin, power-efficient laptops. Their newer HS chips are designed for thin and light gaming laptops. Section 3. Apple M series, a whole different game. Now, let's talk about Apple. Since they introduced their M series chips, starting with the M1, and now the M2, they've changed the game. These chips combine CPU, GPU, and AI processing all into one, making them super efficient. M1, equivalent to Intel's i5 or AMD Ryzen 5, great for general productivity and light create work. M2, more powerful, competing with the likes of Intel i7 or Ryzen 7, and it's great for video editing, 3D design. Apple focuses more on efficiency with fewer cores compared to Intel and AMD, but offers higher performance per core due to tighter integration between hardware and software. Section 4. Snapdragon 4. Finally, we have Snapdragon. You mostly see Snapdragon in phones, but it's slowly making its way into lightweight laptops, especially with the Snapdragon X Elite. These chips focus on ultra portability and battery life, but they're not proven yet to work with all heavy tasks like gaming or rendering. Think of them as maybe a future-ready working on. Consider to be a little expansive than Intel and AMD as of now. Section 5. Pricing and use cases. Now, let's bring all this home. For a PC build, if you're on a budget, something like the i5-1240F or Ryzen 5 5660X is perfect for mid-range gaming and everyday tasks, both around $20,000–$25,000 for the processor alone. For creators, spending on an i7 or Ryzen 7 is worth it. Expect to spend $35,000–$40,000. And for students or casual users, the Intel U series, P series or AMD U series chips are great for laptops under $60,000, offering excellent battery life and portability. And for laptop gamers or 3D works, etc., it is recommended chips like Intel H series, HX series, AMD and HS series. Section 6. TGP and cooling systems. Keeping performance in check. When it comes to gaming or heavy tasks, there are two key factors: TGP total graphics power and cooling. TGP GPU consumes. A higher TGP means better performance, but it also generates more heat. For example, an RTX 4060 with 1000 TGP will perform better than the same GPU with 800 TGP. More TGP equals more power, but also more heat. Cooling systems. High TGP means you need strong cooling to avoid thermal throttling, where your device slows down to avoid overheating. Look for laptops with dual fans or vapor chamber cooling for better sustained performance during gaming or content creation. Conclusion. And there you have it. A complete breakdown of PC and laptop processors, from Intel and AMD to Apple and Snapdragon. Whether you're a gamer, a creator, or someone who needs a lightweight device, I hope this helps you make the right choice. Don't forget to check out the links below for more resources. Like, share, and subscribe if you found this helpful. And let me know in the comments what processors you want to see compared next.